got commish Monkey Boy Stars already. Give me a second. We're gonna get things together real fast. I just quickly just got home from work not too long ago, so I'm a little bit behind. But yeah, give me 1 second. I'm trying to adjust the settings and everything right now.
Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin.
Alrighty.
Pray to the Lord, Daddy, let me in. I'm breaking in.
All right. Well, just did that. So we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna go straight into Week 7 awards. So let's go. All right. So Week 7 awards. Offensively, we're gonna start off with Connor Cook, who's continuing his run in the NFC side. That trade looks like it's paying dividend with Saint, sending a 3rd-round pick to the Raiders in order to get the Michigan Spartan QB. So he went 19 for 24 for 224 passing yards, 4 TDs, 2 picks, but he also carried the ball 4 times for 62 yards with a rushing touchdown. Wow, that is amazing. So congrats to you, Saint, on that. That was one of those games that Connor Cook and the offense was playing well, the defense was playing well, as you're going to see, as he has one of his players as a defensive player of the week also. We're going to move on to the AFC side of offensive player of the week. We have BG and Antonio Brown with the Pittsburgh Steelers with 9 receptions for $157. That's an average of 17.4 rack with 3 receiving touchdowns. Looks like they just had nothing to go against AB. As we all know, he's the best all-around wide receiver in the game. So moving on to the defensive side of the things, for NFC, so we're going to start NFC first again. We're going to keep it in Arizona again with Chandler Jones winning Defensive Player of the Week. Coming off the Pats, I was happy to see him go, but business is business. He had 2 picks, 3 sacks, and all sacks were accounted for forced fumbles. That's a feature to get right there. And they just won at home easily against who was Saints playing last week? I believe it was the Chargers. If not the Chargers, the Panthers, one of the two. They won easily at home. So moving on, we're going to the AFC side. We have Defensive Player of the Week goes to Brandon Marshall with Fan 2. The inside linebacker is taking his home as a main factor to go with he's taking his side home, because Danny Trevathan went over to Bears, and Marshall has taken that leadership spot. With 5 tackles, a sack, a pick, and a touchdown, he got it done for the Broncos. Congrats to all you guys that won this week. Good job on playing your game, and good job on getting it done. Now we're going to move on to Week 7. Now, Week 7, I'm very, very, very disappointed in you guys. I'm going to write something in the chat later on. We had 7 unplayed games, guys. Come on, last week we only had 4 because of conflict and schedule issues. But this week I was very disappointed. Got to get better. Just got to get better. All right, so moving on. So Week 7, going here. Look at that. Unplayed. This game was played, so we're going to go straight into this. So this game was Sweet against Sweets. This is one of those heavy-hitter games that we thought Sweets has been flourishing, blowing out everybody he's been playing. So and I featured this game last week. I said, hey, this is going to be crazy because I'm going to go into this week. It should be a tough game because Sweets go into KC and get a win. And I said, Sweet's a hard person to beat. It should be an interesting game. I said this is going to be Saints. This is going to be Sweets and the Saints' first original test. And I was just happy to see that prediction was right. I mean, I picked it to be 21-17, but it was 23-9. So that's still, I still picked the right winner. So that's amazing to think that he was able to shut down New Orleans offense. We're going to dive right into it, baby. So we're going to go here. As you can see, total yards completely here was 332 to 263. What really happened in our head was the turnovers. As you can see, 4 turnovers here, and only 2 third-down conversions. You cannot win a game if you're only going to have 2 third-down conversions. So we're going to go straight into the stats. So we're going to go right here. Alex Smith came into this game, came into this game feeling confident that they could go against that Saints defense. The Saints defense always been known to leak in the back end. He came in there, started the game early. He had finished with 208 yards, 2 TDs, 3 interceptions. He got sacked for completion rating of 95.0. Now we're going against Drew Brees. Drew Brees had one of his worst games in his career. A $189, 0 touchdowns for 4 picks, and he only went for 24 attempts. That was a horrible game by Drew Brees. The Arrowhead had everything in the hand to do to stop it. Now moving on to the offensive side, you have Jamal Charles. Oh, what's good, Pancho? What's good with you, Swing? I'm actually talking about the team right now. I just noticed the comments. Good luck to you guys for watching. So Charles ran the ball. Mark Ingram ran the ball. It was one of those games that, just defense is really what won the game. As you're gonna see right here. So we're gonna look into it, and we see right now. So you have Jamal with 2.5 sacks, and then you have Chris Jones, rookie, with a sack, and then so that's basically 4 sacks. Wow. That's really the deciding factor of this game right here, just the pressure. That's why now we understand why he only had 2 third-down conversions. This is one of the games that we had pegged, and look at this, it wasn't a disappointing game. The sacks was really what turned the game over in favor of the Arrowhead. It's a tough place to play, and they were able to get the job done. All right, so give me a second. We have some matches going on. Give me 1 second. We see. Waiting for the app to load up real fast. We have something. Sometimes we have people messaging me about something, but we're gonna move on to the next game here. This game was myself versus Oklahoma. This game was kind of interesting. We went into it going against each other, kind of tough. Basically, you see me play, we knew what was going on. I told them what the situation was. We came into this game with turnovers. We got the turnovers that we needed to get, and we just forced them we forced them into bad situations. As you can see here, 5 third-down conversions to 1 and 4 turnovers to 1. He outgained me in yards, yes, but with a time possession. We held the ball and we kept it away from him. So as you can see, the game was close until the 4th quarter. I scored, I think, 12 points in 4th. But this was one of those games where just really nothing going offensively for me. Teddy Bridgewater had 188 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick for 13 of 23 completions. So that's percentage for 79.9. Now we go to his side. Carson Wentz, we locked him down. We forced the rookie into 2 picks for 10 out of 20. Rushing was really what did us in. Adrian Peterson went for $130 on 20 attempts and 2 touchdowns. So rushing really did us that favor. Peterson came in. We had a few guys here going off. Green Beckham kind of almost killed us on the drive. He caught the last 3 passes. We're moving on from there. We're going defensively. I think I got see, this is one of those games where a few sacks, few corner sacks, that really saved me on this game. So moving on to that game, good job on that game, well played. Moving on to this game, had a controversial ending. We're still talking about it, and we're going to discuss the situation on that with the Redskins with Blue going into Raw and the Lions. Now this game, like I said, had a controversial ending. As you can see, the Lions turned the ball over 5 times. You can't win a game if you turn the ball over 5 times. But the game still came down to the closing ending. It was a good game by both of them. As you can see here, 4 touchdowns and 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, for 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 268 yards, 238 yards. The ball had a decent amount passing, 11 for 20, 15 for 23. Rushing, let's see what's going on here. Rushing, they both did not they didn't get anywhere, essentially. As you can see here, he went 8 for 56 yards, and then the rookie Keith Marshall went 2 for 50, but then he had 11 and 11, and then you have, so it was just one of those games that the line just had to pass more. As you can see, the Redskins outrushed them with 11 here, and 8 here, 2 here, and they just outrushed them. So defensive-wise, let's see what we had going on defensively. So defensively, the game was led by Killebrew, just strong safety and tackles. Now sacks-wise, we had the sack kind of favored both teams. As you can see, they both had 2 sacks in the game, so 2 sacks. So you had Preston Smith with a sack, and then you had Washington Kerrigan and Barker teamed up for a sack. So just one of the turnovers battle is really what won them. What won Redskins again. Said they forced 5 turnovers against the Lions forcing 3. If you force the turnovers, you're going to get the job done. And third down conversion, as you can see, was close, but the time possessions was even. So it was really just a turnover battle that what won them this close battle. So we're moving on. Good game to you guys. Congrats to that. Moving on. I'm still disappointed in this week with so many games that was simmed and forced to some people based on availability and who was reaching out to most. I know some people are probably going to hit me and say, why'd you give them the force? Well, whoever made the most contact, who made the most tries this week, I did that for them. It's not going to happen next week usually unless I see an adamant try. I don't want to avoid it. We have people on the waiting list, so I do want to avoid that. Moving on. So this game was quite interesting. The Chargers and the Falcons game. So we had Cali Kid and San Diego going against Big Papi in Atlanta. This was a well played game. Time of possession was almost even. Total yards was close enough. Turnover battle was close enough. But what really won the battle, this game, was a few bad mistakes that favored each other. You see, time possession was about 14 and 13. What won the game here for Atlanta was just the fourth quarter resurgence. Atlanta scored almost all of its points in the fourth quarter. As you can see, this was non-existent. Chargers came into this game saying it's going to shut down Matt Ryan. That's exactly what they did. They shut down Matt Ryan. Are you seeing this? 30.1. That is 9 out of 17. Yeah, 9 out of 17 attempts. That is ridiculous. 30.1. Wow. 3 TD. Matty Ice was iced out for this game. Phillip Rivers didn't do as well himself, but he got the victory with 231, 2 TDs for 3 picks, with 17 for 29 attempts. But wow, Mighty Ice was icebox, shit-packed, and heated for this game. So he really won the game off his rushing. As you can see, a buck 27 and then 49 here, 2 TDs and 1 TD. This is what really got the game going for him and what really won him the game. Plus the turnovers and the battles he was able to get. As he had no answer for Keenan Allen. He had no answer for anything. I mean, offensively, we've seen he only had 96 yards. He really didn't have any offense going on offensively. That means the receivers are shut down, the tight ends are shut down. It's an interesting game. Defensively, I believe there's only 3 sacks this game. Oh, 2. I thought it was even 1 actually. I thought it was 3, but 1 sack this game. And it came in Atlanta's favor. Now, basically, turnover battle, True Frog, Kelsey, and then this pick right here was really what changed the momentum. And Atlanta won with 25 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. That's an amazing feature. Mighty Ice was iceboxed. It turned to the running game, and the running game won the game for him. Good luck, thank you. Good game to that. Moving on. So we're going this game right here is Saint versus Drake. Now Saint was actually on our coach's interview before the week. He was on a coach interview, double checking with everything else going into his next week against Seattle. He said basically they're gonna go in Seattle, they're gonna try to control the clock, they're gonna do what they know. At home, Seattle's coming to them. They knew what they was gonna do. They're gonna try to control the clock, try to win a turnover battle, and force Seattle to make mistakes. And every key thing that he contributed and said he was gonna do, essentially what was happening this week. As you see, they won a turnover battle, and then they held the ball time of possession. So he stayed true to his coaching method and was able to get that done. We're going to show you how. So essentially, he went in there with, Connor Cook had an amazing game. 224, 4 TDs, 2 picks, but 19 out of 24. That's good. Russell Wilson, not right behind him with 300 yards, 2 for 2 for 15 out of 25. So they both had great passing completions. It was just a turnover battle that Arizona forced was what basically won them the game. As you can see here, Connor Cook led with yards. He broke a long run. I think it was like 50 yard run. Wow. So if Connor Cook broke a 50-yard run and win that game, that is amazing by the Michigan State Spartan. And he had the 1 TD, and he just outrushed everybody in the game. So this is what won him Offensive Player of the Week, as we've seen with the 4 TDs and the 1 rushing touchdown that he got. So Connor Cook was really Connor Cook. He just cooked the whole Seahawks defense and got them the victory. We're gonna go straight into defensively as Cardinals won defensive battles. We're gonna see exactly what went on there. So that is amazing. 7 sacks. Well, 8 sacks actually, because Nickemans, 8 total sacks. Now, you're not gonna win a game if your quarterback is getting hit that much. Calais Campbell with 4, Chandler Jones with 3, and Robert Nemikadich with 1. That's 8 sacks. Wow. The sacks will probably propel these 2 picks right here. But that's amazing, man. 8 sacks. That essentially explains why the score was what it is. As you can see, just the 3rd down conversion. 2 probably was running for his life most of the game. Congrats to you, Sweden, on that Saint on that win. Moving on to the last game for Week 8 was Fantu in Denver versus Trey Bones in Houston. Now this game was actually quite interesting here as Houston went up early in the first quarter, and it was up going into halftime, 10-3. But then I don't know, the coach, Fantu went into halftime, was talking to his guys like, look, they're in Mile High. We're not gonna let them come in here and beat us at Mile High. We're gonna regroup, throw out what we did the first quarter. Don't want to hear about it. Throw it out. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get this victory. And resurgence is a word, ladies and gentlemen. And that is exactly what the Denver defense and offensive did. They resurged back into this game and made it relevant and just walked away and just shut them out in the second half of the game. Wow. 60 minutes, fellas. You got to play for 60 minutes. Bill Belichick coaches it. Just do your job. And that's exactly what happened here. 4 turnovers. It was just a crazy game. As you can see here, Paxton Lynch, Oswald, just horrible, 4 picks. It was just one of those games that was just atrocious on both sides until Denver turned it up in the 4th quarter. And this is essentially what they did with the sacks and the picks. Yeah, you can see Brandon Wilby with 2 picks, Marshall with a pick, Harris with a pick, so all 4 picks came from the defensive side, and then sacks. You got Marshall with a sack. He had Walt and Woolfolk with a sack. But just one of those games that they just didn't have an answer for him. So we're gonna go into Week 8. Week 8 we have King Kai versus the King Kai and the Jaguars versus Angry Turtle and Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota versus Blake Bortles. So it should be an interesting game. Should see how it goes. We have, you got DeMarcus Murray versus Jalen Ramsey and the rest of that defense. So good luck to you, fellas. It should be a good game. Then we have Swain versus Poison. So you're gonna have, that Matt Jones, Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon versus Cincy and Vontaze Buffett. Dre Archer. Buffett. What's his name? Adam Jones, AJ Green. Should be an interesting game. Then we have Swain and KC versus Water Psychotics. So you're gonna have Eric Berry on one side, Andrew Luck on the other side. You're gonna have Jeremy Magler on the other side, and T.Y. Hilton on the other side. Jamal Charles and Frank Gore. Should be a very interesting game. Good luck to you too. Then you're gonna have I Riggs and Khalil Mack and the rest of that Raiders secondary with Derek Carr. And your boy Mari Cooper versus Muscle Hamster, Coach Duke, Mike Evans, and the rest of Levante Davis in that secondary. And over here we're going to have Drake in Seattle coming off a devastating loss last week, going to New Orleans against Sweet. So the Legion of Boom going into high explosive offense in the Saints. Then we have Raw Bone. And then we have Raw versus Bone versus Trey Bone. Detroit coming off that devastating last minute loss. And Houston blowing it at the end of the second half. Wow. Then we have the Jets we have Big Guns and the Jets going to All Day Blunt. This should be an interesting game. We have, is Revis Island still relevant versus Josh Gordon and the rest of them. Then we have Goblin, the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers versus Matty Ice. Should be an interesting game. Good luck to that. Then we have New England Patriots versus Stew and the Buffalo Bills. Brady Gronk versus Stephon Gilmore. Mar Williams, versus Stephon Gilmore, Reggie Glenn, and the rest of that Buffalo defense. And we have Cali Kidd and San Diego Chargers versus Fantu and the Denver Broncos. It should be a divisional game, so it's going to be very quite interesting. Phillip Rivers, Melvin Gordon, Keenan Allen, Jason Verrett versus Von Miller, C.J. Anderson, Demaryius Thomas, Chris Harris, Taquit Talib. Should be a very interesting game. Brandon Marshall. Then we have St. Arizona Cardinals coming in with the Honey Badger, Patrick Peterson, Chandler Jones, Carson Palmer, Derek Johnson, Fitzgerald. Just a slew of weapons going against Carolina. Cam Newton, Superman, going against Kelvin Benjamin, Luke Kuechly, Lex Luthor. And just that defense. Good luck with that. Then we have Oklahoma and Philadelphia with Donald Green, Beckham, Richie Matthews, Carson Wentz going against Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Romo, Byron Jones. Good luck. Then we have myself going against Breezy. So we're gonna be testing to our power out this game. Should be a quite interesting game. So good luck to everybody. Finish this game on time. Get these games done on time, please, and get them played, get them scheduled. I hate giving out false wins. And especially when we have a wait. You guys know we have a waiting list of 12 people. I don't like doing it, so don't make me dig deep into the waiting list. Add their waiting list for a reason. I like the bunch we have. Continue to communicate with each other. Get the job done. Good luck to you guys. See you guys next week for Week 8 updates. Head commish, Mucker Boy Stars, BOE. I'm out.